everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we are trying out new releases, new luxury makeup releases, including the Gucci eyeshadow palette. So if you're interested in seeing that, just stay tuned. Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Today I thought we could dive into some new products that I have still not tried out. As I mentioned in my hourglass video, I just wasn't really, I just wasn't really in the headspace to do a lot of videos when I should have been recording, and so I'm a little behind. I have the Gucci eyeshadow palette that we're going to try out today. The Byredo lipstick, it's the one that I have today, is Amber and Furs. I did order actually 2 shades. The second one has not come yet. I have the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes mascara, which I am trying out because Jennifer from Just Glow Firefly says she loves it, so I have to try it. And then I also have the Bobbi Brown, which is a little bit broken, the Luxe Illuminating Powder. I have this in, it's a duo in pink. So there's a pink, gold glow, and a gilded pink. The gilded pink part came a little smashed, but we'll go into it in a minute. But this is very soft, which is one of the reasons I think it kind of came in pieces. I also have all of the Suku pre-holiday. I have a bunch of Dior, and this will probably go up afterwards, but I also am going to be doing the Chantecaille live with Aileen from A March Beauty and Scott from Chantecaille, and we'll have the holiday collection in that video. That's a live video. So since it's going up before this video, I feel comfortable in showing you the compacts, because on that live video, we will have already shown you the compacts and you will have gotten to see them. They really are beautiful for holiday, and we will, in that, if you didn't get to attend the live, it will be recorded. You can go back and check it out. And there was lots of codes and gifts and all kinds of good stuff. So make sure you, if you didn't get to do it live, make sure you go back and check it out. So today, like I said, we're gonna use the Gucci palette, which I'm sure is what most people are interested in seeing. I do want to mention that I ordered another Gucci palette for my 5,000 subscriber giveaway. And I did it because, before actually trying it myself, because I was like, well, even if the palette's not great, it's stunningly beautiful and it will be a collector's item, and I think it would be a good gift for the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. However, if it turns out that the shadows are terrible, maybe I'll return it. We'll have to see as we get towards the end of the video. So let's try the Bobbi Brown first, because it's a really interesting, like, I think it can work for me maybe as a blush slash highlighter. So we'll try the soft part first, which is like a really shiny, really shimmery light pink. And then the part at the top, so that part's called Gilded Pink, and then the Pink Gold Glow is the top part, and that one is more like, it's a little harder. I think you could even use this as, like, for my skin tone, you could use this as like a blush, and this is a highlighter. If you're not very pale though, you cannot use it as a blush. I mean, it's very, very light. But it's going to be a beautiful highlighter. It also comes in like a neutral shade. I don't know if it was like a bronzy shade kind of. So you might want to check that out. Let's see how this looks on me. Let me get my brushes. All right, let's take the KZ05 highlighter brush, and let's use the top part of this, which is this part, which is like the golden pink. I do have foundation on. In fact, I've had foundation on all day today for my Zoom calls that I had, and I have on the Chanel Ultra Latent. That is my go-to foundation now for when I want something that's going to last all day. At this point in the night, let's see, it's very late at night. I've had this on for 10 hours. 10 hours. Honestly, can't tell the difference between when I put it on 10 hours ago and what it looks. I mean, it's worn off a little, but It's absolutely fantastic. I have drier skin, and for me, when I first put it on, it does look a little matte, you know, like a little too, like I don't have any, like there's no, my skin is uniform. How's that? But by, you know, 10 hours in, like I said, it's worn off a little, and you can see a little bit more of my skin peeking through. I actually like it a little bit more now. But it's perfect because it lasts all day and I don't have to worry about it, like at all. But yeah, I don't have any other makeup on except for my brows. I have a little bit of pencil. That's it. All right, then let's take the pinkier shade, that softer shade, and kind of use it more. Yep, see, I can actually get away with using this as a blush. It's a subtle blush, but it's a blush because I am so pale. So if you're paler than me, this will work for you. I'm also using, this is a highlighting brush from Casey, but it's also a very soft brush. So I would say that if you have, you know, like paler skin and use a denser brush, you could get more color from it. In fact, let's try that. This is the classic cheek brush from Sonia G. Yeah, you can definitely get more pigment. It's still light because it's meant to really be a highlighter, but for me, it works as a subtle cheek shade slash highlighter. I love a pinky highlight, so when I saw this and was able to get it early, I was excited to have it because I love a pinky highlight, like it's my favorite. So I think this is a really beautiful duo. If you like highlighters, if you're into highlighters and you like a pink shade, this is a beautiful one to pick up. Again, it's the Luxe Illuminating Duo in pink, and I think there's like a, I forget what the neutral one's called, but it's like bronze or whatever. And I'm actually thinking of trying that one as well because I really like the formula. All right, so let's put on a little bit of bronzer just because otherwise I might look a little pale because I am pale. We'll use the Gucci bronzer. Yep, warmed my skin right up. Let's now take the Gucci palette. Let me talk about it. This is a very expensive palette. This is $150. The outside does feel like an enamel. It's very smooth. It's black. It's got the pink roses on it. It does feel like enamel on the outside, and the outside of it is metal and gold. And then you have this little spring, and you open it up. On the inside, however, it is plastic. So you've got the pink from Gucci. You know, Gucci does this sort of pink shade. I'll take the plastic off so you can see it. But it's that same, you know, Gucci pink that they have in the powder that they have and the foundation. I do have Gucci foundation. I have the cushion foundation and the original one, which I hate more than anything, so I'm not using that. And I thought about doing a video where I did all Gucci. In other words, the Gucci cushion foundation and the eyeshadow and doing a whole face of Gucci, which I might do in the future. Maybe we'll revisit. But for today, we're just gonna try out the palette. So here are the shades. But I do have on Gucci bronzer and I do have a Gucci eyebrow pencil. I really could do a whole face of Gucci because I have Gucci mascara, I have Gucci lip liner, I have a lot of Gucci. All right, so the other thing about this palette is that the inside here pops out. Literally just comes like this. And then the inside of the case looks like that. I would have preferred if the whole thing could have come out. Like you could just have this whole piece come out. And then you could use this as like a jewelry box or something. As it stands, and maybe these little plastic pieces could come out, like maybe you could screw them out. I don't know, I'll have to take a look at this. And maybe the whole thing does come out because there's these little metal screws almost on the side. So I don't know, that might be possible to remove, but I think I'd be concerned that I would break it. So I think the idea is that it's refillable, so you can get another case and put it in here, which I like the idea of. You know, why spend money for the case, and it's more friendly to do that. But I don't know, it just seems like this is, the pans aren't that big, and this part that's removable doesn't remove that much of the palette, so it's not like you can really reuse the palette for anything else. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm kind of in the middle. But I do love the outside packaging. I will tell you, it's really beautiful. That side, that part of it is beautifully done. All right, so let's dig into the shades. So this first shade looks like black, but it's got almost like a blue undertone to it. Looks like a matte shade. Then we've got this purple shimmer. It's like a aubergine. It's very pretty. It's smooth. That's a nice shade. That's a good purple. We'll see if it works on the eye, but it's a nice purple. This is a very light shimmer. It's really hard for you to see. It's more like a topper. This is like a pumpkin shade. Again, these are all smooth. They look nice. Got a white shade in here. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I feel like I should do a face of Gucci. Not like other ones like that, like my top favorite, you know, Sisley and Tom Ford, Chanel. So maybe I'll do a Gucci one. All right, so that's the top row of shades. They all work well. They seem creamy. They feel nice. They're not too powdery. Of them all so far, the favorite is this purple. It has like a glitter to it that I really like. It's nice. All right, so then we've got this light blue that I know a lot of folks have commented on. There's a light blue like this in the spring palette from YSL, which I actually enjoy. You know, it does have kind of a retro feel to it, but so does the palette. It's like just the design of it. So, ooh, okay, that one's nice. Shadow's nice. This is like a, what would I call that? It's greenish, but it's a greenish blue which has some gray in it too. That is actually a nice shade. Okay. All right, Gucci. I think we'll keep this in the 5,000 person giveaway because it's nice. Like I'm saying, it's not my favorite shadows I've ever played with so far, but you know, not bad. The formula feels pretty good. It's a nice basic neutral. Good brown. They all feel creamy. Good like chestnut color. Running out of arm because my arms aren't very long. This is an interesting shade. It's purple, but it has like a brown. It's like a, I don't know really what you'd call that. Like it's a really interesting shade. Okay, it's gray shade. We'll put it over on this side. Oh, that's interesting because in the palette it looks, but it's like a grayish, like the shimmery grayish. All right, so that's the palette. All right. Well, I'll say one thing. There's a lot of diversity in this palette. Like you could stick with real neutrals. You could go warm. These are warmer shades. These are definitely cooler shades. You've got some nice purples, a deep shade to deepen it up. You've got some toppers that are obvious. You've got, you know, brow bone shades. I mean, it looks okay. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, well, $150 is a lot of money to spend for just shadows that are okay. Now, I'm not even sure they're okay yet. I haven't put on my eye, so I'm starting to put on my eye now. But I would also say, I think in this case, you're really paying mostly for the packaging. I mean, the shadows are very pretty so far. We're about to see how they perform on the eye. But, you know, a Pat McGrath Mothership is, what, $125 or something? So, you know, I mean, unless they turn out to be better than that, which I'm guessing they're not, it's a pretty price to pay. We're going to go with that neutral, it was like a tan shade, just to kind of create a transition. Oh, okay. It's working nicely. Yeah, I mean, I bought it because I loved the packaging and because I have a channel and I wanted to show it to all of you. If I didn't have the channel, would I have bought it? Probably. Probably because, to be honest, these kinds of things just like I enjoy them. It makes me happy to have something that's really pretty like this. It's a collector thing. I like that. I get enjoyment out of that. And, it's within my budget. So, I think it's fine. Do I encourage everyone you should immediately go out and buy it? No, I never do that about anything. Even when a product is like the best thing ever, there's always more makeup. It's just makeup. I really love makeup. I really love fashion and jewelry and all of those things, but they're just things. You can always get another one. Yeah, this is very pretty though. I mean, it's blending out well. This shade is a good transition shade for me. It's a little like my skin color, just a little bit deeper. So, creates a nice transition up into the brow area. I like that. I like having a shade that's close to my skin color, but gives a little bit of depth. It's also nice for when I'm doing something where I want a look that doesn't really have a lot of color in it, but I want something, that's nice. I'm gonna actually go with the brow bone color now. Something I don't usually do, but we're gonna do that today because why not? Let's just use the Wayne Goss number 17. So I'm gonna take that white shade. Let's just see how that works. They are more powdery, so you're definitely gonna want to tap off your brush. But yeah, they're blending well. It looks really pretty, actually, guys. I don't mean to sound shocked. I was concerned, I admit, that it was going to be all about packaging and it was going to be beautiful packaging and a terrible product, but it's not. It's a good product. It actually looks very nice. I think that happens a lot of times, when you have something that's really beautiful in its packaging and you're like, oh, this is stunning, but then you go to use the actual product and you're like, I don't know if that was so worth it. But this is actually, so far, they've done a really nice job. Okay, let's see. Let's use that deeper brown shade. Let's use this Ray Morris brush. Let's take, let's use that really light blue that everyone was talking about because it's definitely that retro blue shade. But like I said, it's in the, a very similar shade is in the YSL, Yves Saint Laurent spring palette. And I actually really like the shade. You can be really pretty. It depends on how you want to use it. If you're looking for a very retro look, then I would put it on like deeply and pack it on. But you can also put it on very lightly as like a base, which is what I'm going to use it for, to use like a topper shade on top. But it's a nice shade. Again, it's all about, blending and, and using these shades kind of a little differently than it might look in the pan. Let's use the that blackish shade. It's got kind of like a blue undertone to it. It's interesting. Just gonna deepen this up a little. Just right here on the outer corner with it. And you don't have to use all these shades, and you can just use one or two shades. I'm just trying to, try out the palette a little bit, see what the different shades are like. See if they're all, similar quality or if there's one shade that's terrible. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes there's, a quad or quint where most of the shades work great and then there's just one that's terrible. Not all the time, but I mean, it does happen, so it's always good to test it out. Let's go with the Mini Booster Sonia G, and let's take like that deeper brown shade. And again, these are more powdery. Just kind of building up the crease a little bit here. Yeah, you definitely want to tap off your brush just to make sure that you don't have powder flying around. All right, let me buff that out a little bit before we put on. Oh, they're blending well, but they're not blending into each other. Like you can see distinct shades here. It's good. All right, and let's take that kind of greeny gray shifting shade. This is very pretty, actually. Take a little bit more of that black. Just intensify the outer corner a little bit. Yeah, that looks really nice. All right, let's take that white shade again. Use that as the inner corner shade. Okay. And let me clean up the outer corner of my eye a little bit before we put liner on. Okay. Let's take, what shade shall we use? Let's use like that purpley, wasn't sure what, like it had like a, you know, it had like a purple, like metallic. The second shade. Yeah, that's a really pretty shade. I gotta play with that one a little bit more. That's a really nice shade. Okay, let me bring you in close and you can see the eye look and then we'll try out the mascara. I actually think this looks very pretty. I need to play around with the different shades and you know, see how the palette works overall. But it blended really well. It looks nice on the eye. I'm happy with the way it looks. I really like, there's a couple shades in here that I really like. This greenish gray, one of my favorites. This purple I think is beautiful. You can't really see it too well just as the liner, but it's a really nice shade. Black blended well. It's like sort of a bluish black. The white works really well as, you know, a good inner corner and brow bone. Everything blended to create a nice transition, but it didn't blend away. I think the shadows are good. They are more powdery though than some of the other shadows that I use. Okay. All right. Let's try the mascara. This is the Perfect Strokes Mascara Volume Universal. This is Rare Beauty. I have nothing else from Rare Beauty. This is the only Rare Beauty thing I own. All right. Comes like this. It's pretty big packaging. I always kind of like to, okay, brush, straight brush. Fluffy. All right. Let us go ahead and try it. All right, it feels a little like, it doesn't feel particularly wet. It feels like it's a little dry going on, but it's coating all the lashes really well. So I always try to get to the base of my lashes when I do this and then kind of go back and forth. Because I do have long lashes, they tend to hit my eyelashes, hit my eyelids. So a lot of times I will get mascara on my lids. I wait until it dries before I try to take it off because otherwise it just smudges. That would be my only tip to you about mascara. If you get it somewhere on your face, wait for it to dry. Because if you try to do it while it's wet, you're just going to make a mess. You're not going to get it off. I mean, you can get it off, but you're going to take off everything else with it. So I just wait till it dries. All right, so far, if you know, it's going on well. It's certainly catching every lash or most of my lashes. I have this one lash on the side that goes in the wrong direction. I keep saying I'm going to pull it out, but somehow I can't. I just can't pull out a lash. I mean, I tweeze my eyebrows. It's not like but I can't tweeze my eyelashes. I don't know. Something is just like, no, you can't do that. All right, let's see how it works, like second coat over here. Seems to build really well. Not any, you know, not a lot of sticking together or anything like that. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay, let's try the other side one more time. So we'll do 2 coats. I have to say, this is actually pretty impressive. There's not a ton of clumping. There's a lot of length. There's definite volume. Let me do the lower lash to see how well that works. Okay. Wow, that worked really well. That, my lashes look really full and really long. Let me bring you in really close so you can see. Okay, that's super close, but. Yeah, it's a really good mascara. Now, I don't own anything else by Rare Beauty, so now I kind of feel like I want to pick up more stuff from Rare Beauty, but that mascara, that is impressive. That looks phenomenally good. Okay, all right. That's, wow. Well, Jen was right. That's pretty impressive. It reminds me a little bit of the Jones Road. The Jones Road is a curved brush, but very similar look. In fact, I think this one actually gives more length and fullness. Impressive. All right. Last but not least is the Byredo. This is the Amber and Furs. So this is the new lipstick they came up with. And there's a name for it. It's like shimmery lipstick. That's not it. I've forgotten what it is. But anyway, I think they're supposed to be like a little bit more metallic or something. I really can't remember. But I'll make sure the proper name is down below. They're 24 months. They have the Byredo packaging, which is this very cool silver and gold, you know, unique shape. There used to be a B at the top, but I have tried out the formula just to see how it looked. And it's a really pretty shade. It's not the shade that it looks like online. Of course, practically nothing ever is. But on me, it goes a much cooler shade, almost like, well, you'll see it. It's like a metallic rose, almost. So there's the shade. I really like it. It definitely has a metallic sheen to it. I really love it with the chocolate liner from Sicily. It almost has like an 80s vibe to me, or maybe like early 90s vibe, because it's got this metallic look to it, and there was a lot of metallic lipstick, and it reminds me of some of the ones that I had. The formula is gorgeous. It feels really comfortable on the lips. I did buy Feverish as well. I just don't have it yet. There was some issues with shipping. Anyway, so, you know, when I have that one, I'll show it to you as well. I think that one's a little bit warmer. This is a cooler shade. It almost has like a metallic, I wish I could pinpoint the shade, but it almost has like a little bit of purple, a little bit of brown. I really like it. It's just, you know, it's not the typical thing that I wear, but I do like the shade. And generally, I do like the Byredo products. I know Byredo also came out with a new Oyster eyeshadow palette. I really like the formula in those palettes. I really hate the shape. I hate the narrowness of the palette, the shades that are in there. This one looks gorgeous though. The shades are right up my alley. They're like, they've got some greens and grays, so I might pick it up anyway, but I hate the shape of it. I really do. Just too narrow. I just don't like that. But the shades do look beautiful. All right, so for today, the Bobbi Brown highlighter, the duo, is really pretty in pink. If you're interested in a pink highlighter, I do recommend it. I also have the Bobbi Brown Pink Glow and Rose Glow. They're similar to those, like the formula wise, but this gives you two different types of, one is more a sparkly shade and one is more like just a shimmer, cream shimmer. So they look really nice on the face. the Byredo lipstick. I really like it. This is a very metallic lipstick, but I think it's really pretty. And if you're looking for a cool shade, this is Amber and Furs, and I think it's great. The mascara. I'm stunned by the mascara. This mascara is awesome. So this is the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes mascara. I love this mascara. I love it. And knowing me, that means they'll like discontinue it. But anyway, it's really beautiful, and I'll have to play around with it a lot more, but on first impression, it gave great volume, length, love it. The Gucci palette. I love the way it looks. It's a stunning palette. I mean, it's so pretty. And this, like I said, I think it is enamel. It's just gorgeous. Is it worth $150? That's really up to you. Is anything worth $150 makeup wise? The shadows actually look really pretty on the eye. I think I made a really nice look. I really like it. And the shades are good. They blended well. They're a little powdery, but I still think they look nice. Again, it really depends on, your comfort level, your price point comfort level, all of those things. Am I happy I picked it up? Yes, I am happy I picked it up. I think it's gorgeous. I actually like the look that I created. I think the shades are very pretty. And I will do the second one in the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. So that's it for today, guys. As I said, I have a lot of things that I still need to get through, and I'm working my way through them, and they will be up soon. So I'd love to hear from all of you what you're picking up. I will have my will I buy it soon. I gotta get that recorded too. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon.